Dr. Baliga here. This podcast belongs to a group of 10 podcasts on statistics in medicine. These podcasts should give you a solid foundation on this topic. It's derived from an outstanding chapter titled Statistics in Medicine in Baliga's Textbook of Internal Medicine, available at www.mastermedfacts.com. The chapter is authored by Dr. Donna Windish, MD, Associate Professor at Yale University School of Medicine. She is the Associate Program Director for the Yale Primary Care Internal Medicine Residency Program. Dr. Windish completed her medical school degree at the University of Connecticut and her internship and residency in New York at the University of Rochester. She went on to do fellowship in general internal medicine at Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine and obtained her MPH at Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health. Dr. Windish has been on faculty at Yale since her fellowship. She is clinically active in both inpatient and outpatient medicine, oversees the research and residency program for the Yale Primary Care Training Program, and teaches medical students and residents biostatistics and how to read medical literature. Multiple choice question. Researchers wish to assess if there are any differences between two blood pressure medications over time with respect to having a new myocardial infarction during the study period while controlling for other potential risk factors. Which analytic method would be the most appropriate in assessing their question? A. Kaplan-Meier analysis. B. Logistic regression. C. Linear regression. D. Cox proportional hazard regression. And E. Chi-square test of homogeneity. And the answer is D. Cox proportional hazard regression. A Cox proportional hazard regression would be the best choice because 1. The outcome of the study is dichotomous, that is, either had a new MI or they did not. 2. They wish to control for confounding factors. And 3. They wish to assess time to the event. If time were not an element they wish to study, then logistic regression would be the correct choice. Time changes everything. Indeed, time is a key variable in clinical trials and epidemiological and health outcomes research. Longitudinal data are collected on the same subject over an extended period with the goal of characterizing patterns that manifest or modify over time. In many situations, changes over time can be studied by using a longitudinal linear regression, but in other cases, such as assessing a patient's changing viral load in HIV research or hormone patterns over the menstrual cycle in fertility research, the longitudinal pattern is complex and not well fit by using existing longitudinal linear regression models. In these examples, semi-parametric longitudinal regression models offer a useful alternative strategy. In such models, the change over time is described by a highly flexible curve along with a set of parameters that shift the curve for different covariate values such as age. This idea is similar to the most commonly cited semi-parametric model in medical research, the Cox proportional hazards model for survival data. Another model developed by Lee et al. Is a Bayesian approach to semi-parametric longitudinal regression modeling. This allows more flexible modeling between subject variation by relaxing the normality assumption made in classic longitudinal linear and semi-parametric regression approaches. In addition, they offer advice on how best to choose and model the alternatives to normal distribution, that is, the prior distributions, to yield less biased and more robust results, a difficult aspect of performing Bayesian analysis. Lee et al., using their approach, fit a new model of changes in urine progesterone concentrations over the menstrual cycle and confirmed that low and stable estimates with a peak in concentration at approximately day 23 of a standard 28-day cycle. In contrast to other analyses, they find that the pattern changes with age. This difference is probably a result of their ability to more appropriately model the variation that exists between subjects and more flexibly characterize the progesterone pattern over time. Their results may have important implications in our understanding of the transition to menopause and changes in bone health as women age. The medical statistician will find this research useful because it expands statistical models available to analyze longitudinal data. This work offers a new way to achieve a more appropriate fit of their data for medical researchers, with less biased estimates of subject variation, which can change the scientific conclusions drawn from some studies. The major limitation of this approach is that it does not offer the clinical investigator a simple single number to characterize the pattern of change over time. This podcast is derived from a new look at longitudinal data published by Nichole Carlson in Science magazine, Science Translational Medicine, 21st April 2010, Volume 2, Issue 28. And this podcast on statistics in Journal Internal Medicine is derived from an outstanding chapter on this topic in Baliga's textbook on internal medicine, available at www.mastermedfacts.com. It's authored by Dr. Donna Windish, Associate Professor in Internal Medicine at Yale University School of Medicine.